Example 2. This is going to involve using the calculator. There are other ways to do this. You can use charts. But you have to get the decimal approximation from somewhere for these problems, okay? So we're going to use a calculator. So example 2 says, find the length of a side of a triangle. For the right triangle shown, find the length of side A. Round to the nearest tenth of a meter, okay? So I'm looking for side A. There's this other side B, and we don't care about that. So which trig ratio am I going to use? Am I going to use sine, cosine, or tangent? Well, this is my hypotenuse. Okay, this is my hypotenuse. And that means that this is my side opposite. So which one involves opposite over hypotenuse? Sine. So the sine, now the difference is now I have an angle. The sine of 26 degrees is equal to A over 24. So if I want to solve for A, I'm going to multiply by 24. So I have 24 times the sine of 26 degrees equals A. Now, that's great. What is the sine of 26? Remember from the previous example we talked about, if you have a 26-degree angle, the ratio, no matter how big or small your triangle is always going to be the same. This is one where we need to go to the calculator. So here's an important piece. Just like the way we can measure the length of my pencil, I can measure it in inches, I can measure it in centimeters, I can measure it in millimeters. There are different units. There are different units for angles, okay? There's degrees, but there's also something called radians. And you don't need to know what a radian is, but you need to know that radians exist because the calculator has 2 different modes, okay? So underneath your mode key right here, third one down, there's radians and degrees. And the tricky part is the default on the calculator is radian mode. So you need to come down here and make sure that degree is chosen. Otherwise, it's going to do everything in radians and you're going to get all your answers wrong, okay? So mine is in degree mode, so I can type 24 times the sine of 26 in my calculator. You don't have to type in a degree mark because my calculator knows that this is going to be in degrees. So this, I am going to the nearest tenth of a meter, so 10.5 meters, okay? Check your progress too. For the triangle shown, find the length of side A, round to the nearest tenth of a foot. So this one I'm looking for A. Again, I don't care about B. This is my hypotenuse. This is my side opposite, which I don't care about. So that means that this is my side adjacent. So which trig function uses adjacent and hypotenuse? Cosine. So the cosine of 48 degrees is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. So I can multiply by 12 to get A by itself. And once you put your calculator in degree mode, it will stay in degree mode. So you don't have to go back and check that every single time. So then in my calculator, I can type in 12 times the cosine of 48. And to the nearest tenth, I get 8.0 feet.